welcome back to my channel. My name is Jen and today I'm going to go through some propagations. Usually I'm doing either agapanthus or I'm doing indoor plants, but we have a property that needs gardening on the outside, so I'm doing some outside plants. I took the recommendations that came on the plant cutting powder and then popping them in some premium potting mix. I put them in a fish tank to make more of a humid environment for them. Here is one here. It's got new leaf growth, so this is easily identified by this green new little clusterals of leaves coming forward. These ones here have actually got mold on the leaves and no green left. There is a little bit of green on this one here, whereas over here these ones have stayed green and they look as though they have new growth coming through by the lighter lima green coloured leaves that are sprouting off of these. This particular one here, which is from the front hedge, this one has new growth at the top. Let's pull it out and see whether there is some roots on it. I don't want to rip any of the roots, I'm just loosening the soil. If it has got roots, and look at that. This propagation here actually has 2 primary roots coming off it, so we know that this one is successful. This plant will continue to grow. I'm going to put it back in the soil because it needs more time, but once this has secondary roots, it's ready to go into the ground and it's going to grow into a successful hedge for us. The pencil pines I've got from a neighbour and we're going to propagate them today so you can see what we actually did to get these ones to propagate. I've got a seed tray, my premium potting mix and the plant cutting powder, as well as a glass of water. Now that I've filled up my seed tray with the premium potting mix and I've got my cuttings off to the side here, get about a 6-inch cutting from the plant. You take off the bottom leaves, I just rip them off because that little part of the stick there is going to go into the soil. Just like as the indoor plants, they've got nodes on them. So wherever those leaves were coming out of that stem, hopefully that's where the roots are going to grow out. Now, the powder isn't going to stick to this, which is why I've got my glass of water. Dip it into the water, and then you want to dip it into the cutting powder. Just got my nets here to open it up. So you dip into the water, cover that wet area of the stem in the powder there. You can see the white. Now, because I don't want to lose all of that powder by just pushing it into the soil, I've just cut one of the propagations, the end of it, the stick there, and I'm going to use the stick to make a hole so that when I put this rooting powder in, it's actually not rubbing off as I put it in. Stays onto the stem. And just with my nets, if they're too long, having them accessible just to trim off that extra bit of stem if it's too much. I'm just grabbing them with all the stems. Found this was a bit quicker. You just dip in multiple in the water and then into the cutting powder. Give it a nice little shake about. And now they're all coated, ready for planting. It's just a lot quicker when you're doing this amount. It might actually be better for them to be in clusters instead of singles. So let's see how that goes. So there's 3 there. It's going to make a nice big hole here. That's nice. And I'm going to put all 3 there into the one. And we'll see how that goes. It might be better than planting them singly. This one will go into the fish tank along with the other 2 trays that I've already got in there. Give it a spritz of water, which we'll do in a moment. And then that's the propagations done. And we basically have to forget about it, a little bit of water at least once a week. The water does stay in the fish tank because of that humidity dome that we've created. Before I close this up, I'm going to get the hose and give it a gentle sprinkle over our new propagations. You want to make sure that you've got control. And then we're just going to close that in. We want to put it in a sunny position, so outdoors is great. Don't want it to be in intense sunlight. Shady but sunny position so that they can get a break because they are new. Leave that for 6 weeks, have another look, keep the water up, and it's as simple as that. I'll update you in the future to see how they're going. Thank you for watching today's video. If you have enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss any more uploads, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.